Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another game of the Era EazyOne tournament. I am your caster Zero, and tonight's game is the second of the winners bracket semi-finals featuring the Brotherhood versus M2Gods. We should be in for another close game today as we were earlier on. Again, it'll be the same pacifist campaign, featuring the first two maps of the passing, following by the first two maps of the sacrifice. So we have, starting as survivors, we have the Brotherhood, and we have, and apologies if I pronounce any of these names incorrectly, we have Hella, Faye, Alex, and Costello. And on the team of the Infected, we have the M2Gods, and we have Silto, Figo, Kreitcher, and Innuendo. So very skillful players in both teams. Should be a interesting and competitive match to watch.
Reloading.
So yeah, just waiting for everyone to ready up. Hopefully we can get this game under the way. Apologies for the delays. I'm not 100% sure what happened, but we are live now, and we are getting underway very, very shortly. So for the first attack, we do have a Boomer, Smoker, Hunter, and a Spitter. Infected are looking like they want to take this attack from the roof to the right of the survivors. It's pretty standard stuff, I guess, for this first attack. We'll see how other survivors can handle it.
Yeah, let's do it. Reloading.
It's always good to see these sort of maps being played, these unfamiliar, uncommon maps. Not many teams or players really play these campaigns, so it's always good to watch and experience skillful players and well-seasoned players. Reloading. Just to see how well they can play as a team and how well they know these maps. Always interesting to watch.
Yeah, I'm ready. Y'all ready? Okay. Yep. Yeah.
So yeah, just waiting for a couple more ready ups from the M2Gods side. Hopefully we won't be waiting too long.
Reloading.
We do have a 62% tank, so a fairly late tank. We'll see how each team can play that. See how well the survivors can take it and any interesting tactics that both sides may present. So like I said earlier in the previous match, I believe this map is the only map with a static witch spawn, which will be at the park. And finally we are live.
Let's go through this park.
In fact, coming instantly, boom again, a nice boom in that tree there, getting onto one. And instantly we have a pause. Not quite sure what for. a very unique boomer spot there from Figo. In that tree there. I only managed to get one, but could have been worse. The rest of the attack looking like they're ready to come in, and we are going live.
A hunter out there.
Smoker pulling onto Nick, getting instantly cleared. Hunter landing onto Alice with some spit damage as well, but Hunter getting cleared pretty quickly. Boomer trying to keep Coach in the spit there, but not able to, and does get shut down. Not too bad first attack. There's some good spit. Hunter damaged out onto Coach.
Reloading.
But other than that, nothing really too serious. So as the survivors make their way into the store. Actually, they decided to play it slow, clear the remaining commons.
Sorry over there.
May want to try and bait the attack out here. We'll see if the infected are eager. Doesn't look like it. Looks like they want to wait until the store. They do have a jockey, hunter, smoker, and a spitter, so they do have an alright setup with the spitter damage here. The attack's coming in. Jockey trying to break through the door. Smoker getting one onto Coach in the back. Jockey landed onto Alice, but unfortunately the door is shut, so they can't pull and get much separation there. And then the spit in the end just for some delay. Coach decided to take a very long time to kill the spitter. Really messing up the spawn timers a bit there, actually. Inside, they're just going to push out into the open area. Boomer going in instantly, getting onto 3. Very nice boom there coming in from Innuendo. The rest of the attack is coming in now. Charger coming in, Smoker unable to hit. Charger just getting a punch but missing, getting shut down pretty quickly, and then the Jockey and Smoker landing pretty nicely together. But getting cleared pretty quickly. Despite the 3-man boom, not a huge amount of damage. So he's doing a nice job there to clear the commons and stay well within each other, to be able to clear each other quickly.
Reloading.
Survivors looking and they want to take an attack in this area here. Now finding time to push forward, not wanting to trigger this alarm off. Smoker has spawned behind the car. Coach is hiding behind the pole. Very nicely done by the survivors there to not hit the alarm car. Boomer gets popped, Charlie does miss. Hunter does land nicely onto Coach in the front there. So I was taking a little while there to clear him, but very nicely done there from Coach to bait the Smoker out. And the tank has spawned
We can cross over
in the
up
hands
here.
of Figo. Survivors are just going to drop down and run back. We'll see where they decide to take this. Smoker at the back trying to get a pull, but gets instantly cleared by those machine guns. They're very nicely done. Boomer does get popped. Jockey coming in from the back trying to get a single straggler, but does get the torch shot on his face and is unable to do anything with that. Does get M2 done shut down. Tank is now on second pass. However, the survivors are in the safe room, so no matter what, the tank will not lose any frustration. So I'm trying to chip a little bit, but not getting too much damage on. We do have an attack of a Hunter, Smoker, and a Charger. We'll see what the tank decides to do with this. Waiting, I believe, just as the tank is losing control, I just want to wait for Coach to bleed out a bit, maybe force him to eat his second set of pills. Tank deciding to go back now to get the car. Everyone's just chilling at the moment. Both cars ended up in the C area there. Does have a third car though, bringing that forward. Getting that into an alright position. Is starting to get a bit of shit now as he is committing with this.
No!
Getting a bit of trouble. Tank has, Smoker has gone pulling Nick down, and Tank is going to take him, but a big lift there for Nick, creating a huge distance from the Tank and Nick. The rest of the support is coming in with the Charger and the Hunter. Hunter gets M2'd by Nick. Tank does get a punch onto Coach, but Hunter gets shut down as well as the Charger. Tank is now just getting railed down by the machine guns, and it looks like that's going to be it. Yeah. Very nicely done there from the survivors. To clear the Smoker very quickly, and the rest of the SI. A little bit unlucky there with the Tank punch sending Nick a great distance away to delay any more damage coming in from the Tank. Boomer is coming in with a Storm landing onto one. Smoker coming in from the behind with spit damage as well. Paul just ever so slightly out of the spit there, very unfortunate. But still decent damage there onto Coach. As the rest of the survivors slowly push forward back through this area.
Reloading.
Coach appears to be the punching bag for this round, with the majority of the attacks and damage going on to him. And the attacks coming in with the Charger coming in from behind. Boomer in the back onto two. Charger gets shut down very quickly. Hunter does land, but gets cleared again onto Coach with a bit damage, but again, nothing really coming out of it.
I'm reloading.
Survivors shutting these attacks down very quickly.
Reloading. Reloading.
Nice boom there onto Coach.
Reloading.
Of course, Coach leading the way with the temporary health.
Reloading.
Expecting the Scientist set up for the Witch.
Reloading.
Then just sacking the Boomer to get their tri-cap.
Reloading. Through this part.
I'm reloading.
So they go into the park, up to the Witch. We have a Jockey, Hunter, Spitter, and a Smoker. So lots of separation and distraction for this Witch. We'll see if anything can come of it. I believe no one actually has a shotgun.
Reloading.
So we'll see if they are able to find one. So they're searching for one maybe. But it's going to be a good opportunity for the Infected to get some good damage on to one of their members. And Nick has managed to get a gas can. They've got two gas cans. Looking like they want to blow this Witch up. And we do have another Storm. So Survivors might just play it slow. So a little bit of forward is coming in now with this Storm. Both teams playing this very patiently. Oh, but Jockey does get caught out. Does actually get killed. And they have started the Witch with Nick and the two gas cans blowing the Witch up. Doing a huge amount of damage, but they're slowly getting Nick and the Hunter in the back. And then the Witch just getting railed and does actually go down. Very nicely done there from the Survivors to use both of those gas cannons to delay and do a lot of damage there to that Witch.
Hey, I'm reloading. Okay, as far as where
go. That was the most exciting.
So we'll probably have one more attack here before the safe room.
Reloading.
The Charger, Smoke, a Boomer, and a Jockey.
Reloading. Reloading.
So I was just playing this safe, clearing out all commons, and the Tiger's coming in. Charger just gets railed without even being able to charge. Jockey gets M2'd and shut down. Boomer lands onto Tiro Smoker, manages to pull, but gets nothing really out of it. And the survivors should be able to walk in to the safe room with a fairly high bonus.
Quit screwing around. Let's get inside.
And with that, Team Brotherhood walk into the safe room with a 484 bonus, bringing their first score up to 1,109. It's a pretty decent start. Very impressed by their survival skills. Very quick shutdowns. We'll see if the M2Gods are able to show similar skills. And we are live.
Down into the park.
Of course, setup the same as previous round. Smoker, Boomer, Hunter, and a Spitter. All the infected setting up on the roof to the right. Boomer trying to actually not able to land. Does get popped. Hunter coming in. Just gets shut down. Smoker trying to pull, gets instantly cleared. And Spitter actually missing and just spitting on the roof. Bit of a disjointed attack there from the infected, just going in one by one. Didn't really seem to have the same synergy as what M2Gods had shown previously.
Let's try upstairs.
They're actually able to really run quickly through this area, up the stairs. Boomer gets a proxy onto one. Smoker gets instantly killed. Jockey and Spitter spawning from the front. Spitter getting a bit of standing damage, but nothing too much. But Kreitzer is on his own and does get punished from this Jockey. He gets a good amount of damage there, given the circumstances from that attack. Very nice punish there from the separation.
Somebody shot me. Reloading.
Reloading.
I think we want to get up there.
Across the wall.
So we do have Hunter and Spitter pre-spawn. Boomer gets popped again. These Boomers just aren't landing for Brotherhood, and it's really punishing them. They really need to start landing these Boomers if they want to have any chance of getting some damage. So we do have a Hunter, Smoker, and a Spitter. Smoker behind by the car, unable to land onto Coach. So Rochelle does actually trigger the alarm car. Hunter does land and spit as well, but it's a little bit late and not as much damage as you would hope. But with the alarm car triggered, survivors are going to fall back into this corner and just take the hold here.
Reloading.
Horde just slowly coming in. A lot of obstacles on this map for Hordes to climb over, so it's pretty hard for the infected to swarm. We'll see if the infected decide to go with this Horde or wait.
Reloading.
Does look like they're deciding to wait for more of a narrower choke point.
Reloading here.
Survivors are finally pressing forward. And they are triggering the tank and they all immediately drop down to their left.
Jockey!
And the tank is in the hands of Hella. Charger goes in, gets one punch. Jockey lands. Car is coming in. Tank is just going to commit with his car. And he is able to get Coach down instantly. Survivors are in a pretty rough spot. He might just try and kill him here and now. And he does. Coach is dead already. Tank's only at half health. Looking like he wants to get out. Very quick punish there and commit from the tank there. Very nicely done to get to kill Coach. Survivors are now looking like they want to run all the way back.
Keep shooting.
Smoker spawning behind. Nick is very split from his team. Not 100% sure what was going on there. Bit of miscommunication there. Lorak does land onto Nick as well, and he is able to get some punches. And Hunter has landed on him and has incapped him. Tank is fairly low though, with only 1,000 health remaining. Trying to get cover from behind the car. But I believe, yeah, Kreitzer and Silto are able to finish the tank off. Boomer coming in. Does get a proxy boom onto 2.
We're gonna need these.
And Survivors will have to make their way with only 3 players.
Reloading.
We'll see how they'll be able to do.
Look out now!
Survivors are able to make it inside. Well, not quite. Just going to clear the rest of the horde here.
Reloading.
We do have a jockey, Spittle Smoker, and a Hunter. Hunter pre-spawn, ready to, I believe, wall kick. Does get a wall kick onto Kreitzer, followed by some spit damage as well. And a Smoker in the back put on Rochelle. That's some good damage down to Ellis. Bringing the health bonus down even further.
Good to go.
Survivors are still able to make it out pretty quickly.
Reloading.
Make their way into the park, where they'll set up for this witch.
Reloading. Reloading.
So in fact, they do have a jockey, boomer, spitter, and a charger for this witch. So I was just playing this cautiously, trying to cover as many spawns as they can with the limited people available. Kreitzer hat trick with the witch, and does get a very nice crown before the infected are even able to react. Charger does just miss, does get a punch onto Rochelle. The rest of the infected do get shut down pretty quickly. Kreitzer in the back just dealing with the rest of the commons. Very nicely done there from the M2Gods there, and Kreitzer especially to be able to get that crown. Survivors will push forward to their final hurdle and have one more attack. And the attack is coming in. Charger is just going to get absolutely melted. Nice insta clear there from Innuendo. And a second, and the boomer landed onto 1, just causing a bit of delay, but the Survivor should be able to make it in with ease. And there we have it. M2Gods making it in with a 222 bonus. And their final score of 789. Just about 300 points lead for Brotherhood. Very, still anyone's close to anyone's game to win. It was just a very good tank to get that kill there early on for the Brotherhoods. That really reduced their bonus down. So we'll see if they can keep this up, and how well the M2Gods can come back. And we do have a 26% tank for this map, so a pretty early tank. This could really widen the game open if any team is able to get a wipe here. Just waiting for the rest of Brotherhood to ready up.
I ever tell you about the time my buddy Keith got married? Of course not. That's a trick question. He never got married. You know, you hear about them runaway brides, right? Well, Keith was a runaway groom. And on his wedding day, it all started with...
And there we are. We are going live. And just like before, Survivors playing this very
Up the
patiently,
stairs.
clearing
Let's
commons,
hurry, man. I missed my car.
the standard. Infected patiently waiting. You have
Reloading.
a smoker, spitter, boomer, and a hunter. So, not a great setup, but still potential for some damage. The attack is coming in. Smoker gets instantly shut down. It's nice ski there onto the hunter there. Spitter missing, boomer landing onto one, but nothing really coming out of it. Very nicely shut down there from the Brotherhood team.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Feel the infected man made it a bit easier for them spawning all on the same roof.
Hey, I'm reloading.
But nonetheless,
Reloading.
very nicely shut down there. So I was able to push forward into the pool room, and we have a boomer, smoker, hunter, and jockey. Boomer spawning just below the pool room window. I believe the survivors know exactly where he is.
Down into the construction.
Boomer is able to get onto Coach. Smoke as well. Tagger's coming in. Jockey getting a nice separation onto Alice there. Down into the construction. Hunter is able to cause some distraction there onto Rochelle, but does get clear from Coach. Pretty decent attack there from M2, able to cause a bit of chaos between the survivors.
Reloading.
Smoker is still up. Looking to just cause some sort of annoyance. So as are pressing forward.
Dead.
Boomer does land onto one.
We got goo coming.
Smoker not able to connect. Getting chipped down pretty low. Smoker does land onto Nick, who is getting hoarded and scratched by the spitter. Finally does get shut down.
Reloading.
And again, decent damage onto Nick there.
Reloading.
And the tank has spawned in the hands of Sealtoe.
Reloading.
So same place as earlier, but we do have another pause. Not entirely sure. Possibly some connection issues. But yeah. So the Survivors looking like they want to take this tank in the construction area, same as where we had it in the previous match for those that watched. We'll see if the infected are able to get anything significant here. And of course, the winner of this match will proceed to the upper bracket finals against Enoxity at some point next week. And I believe that map will be the Dark Planet Ball remix. So that'll be a good one to watch. So we are about to go live again. Hope that we have no more pauses. Tank is able to go up on the roof. And they're just going to straight commit. Boomer gets a nice spawn behind the truck and gets onto 2. Nick is getting punched and has gone down. Tank is already at 32%. Nice smoke pull onto Alice in the back there. Hunter gets onto Coach. It appears we do have a crash. Or not 100% sure. But we do have a third pause. So we do have some connection problems with the survivors. This is looking pretty rough for the survivor side. Tank does miss a punch onto Coach there. I believe that Coach was stuck from the re-entry, but not really sure what can be done there. Charger does land onto Ellis. Smoker is a pull onto Michelle, and that rock does get Ellis down. And this Smoker, Tank does just punch and rock Rochelle down, and that is a wipe. The survivors only get 131 points. Apologies, 230 points. Yeah, not really sure what's going on. Apparently there seems to be some connection issues from the Brotherhood side. Seems a bit unfortunate there that his hand joined the tank. However, in fact, he still did well to get some good damage and to be able to get that wipe there. Is very much what they needed to get back into this game.
Okay, we gotta hurry, man.
We are live.
Get that bridge down.
Reloading.
Up the stairs.
We be driving Jimmy Gibbs Jr. all the way to New Orleans.
Survivors are pressing forward.
Yeah, well, maybe if we find a nice open stretch, we slow down a little bit, you can jog right alongside. Like in that box.
Smoker has spawned on to Ellis, not quite able to clear enough. Hunter does land, followed by some spitter, and Boomer as well, getting a proxy into the spit. That's huge damage onto Ellis there.
I'm reloading.
All the infected just piling up onto him,
Watch out.
wanting to get him as low as possible. And the stumble as well in the spit was a huge damage. Good attack there coming in from the Brotherhood.
Reloading.
A lot better from what we've seen from their previous round as infected.
Go in
See if
the
they can
window.
keep this up. So I was able to push very quickly through into the construction site, however.
Reloading.
Reloading.
And we do have a spitter jockey, Boomer, and a Hunter. Ellis is pushing forward, trying to trigger the tank, but he hasn't really got
Reloading.
too much support with him. He doesn't want to get caught inside there. That could be a real disaster. And there's the Hunter wall kicking onto Ellis, followed by some spit, followed by a Boomer. Jockey does get M2'd, and then stumbled from the Boomer pot. Everything does get shut down pretty quickly. Survivors are able to trigger the tank and retreat back into the construction area.
Reloading.
Quit shooting me.
We'll see how the Brotherhood are able to play this tank. Hopefully there won't be any connection issues this time round. Again, tank going for the same approach, climbing up onto this roof. Boomer, Hunter, and the Smoker to accompany this tank.
That was mine.
Looks like they just want to waste this Hunter and Smoker. Hunter is landing onto Nick.
Reloading.
Rock does land onto Ellis there, not able to get the skeet.
Reloading.
And the tank is in the hands of Alex. Boomer does get popped.
Reloading.
That was a very close rock.
Reloading.
Tank is on his second pass.
I hear a jockey.
will be wanting to commit soon. He will be accompanied by a jockey and a smoker. In a few seconds, a hunter. They do have a tri-cap, and the tank is going to commit. Smoker does pull Ellis, and tank is going to take his target. Getting 2 punches, 3 punches. Gets a huge lift though. Ellis is going to be free. Hunter is going to try and get him, but just get nicely skeeted there from Ellis. Doesn't land the rock. Jockey in the back though, getting a huge separation from the survivors. Smoker as well, but Rochelle is able to clear that very quickly. Meanwhile, tank in the front is able to wing cap Ellis. Survivors are forced to deal with this jockey, who is just taking Coach all the way upstairs. This is a huge amount of damage coming in from the infected. And they have actually been able to in-cap Coach. This could be a wipe here. We do have a Charger and a Smoker pre-spawning. Charger isn't able to land, and Smoker is just not really going to be able to do too much. But the tank has finally died, actually. Smoker does get cleared. Jockey is still alive, however. Well, that did look very brutal from the side of the Brotherhood there. Very good separation with that jockey. Just unable to completely capitalize on the separation. That missing that Charger in the room really cost them their wipe.
Reloading.
This here is some serious bullshit.
So we'll see how the infected can do. Charger does get a scratch but misses. Jockey does land onto Rochelle. He's getting some good damage there. Charger gets a second punch. He's unable to get up, but the survivors aren't able to kill him. So he's most likely going to be able to get a despawn. Survivors are able to push forward into the building. Charger from the back, not able to land. Smoker though pulling Ellis in the spit as well. That is good damage onto Ellis. Boomer getting a proxy onto 2 there. And Nick does actually fall down. And having to go all the way back up. Survivors are able to jump across and drop down into the street. And are able to make it into the club. Infected are looking to set up in this little area, toilet area, with a spitter, hunter, jockey, and a charger, so they could get some good spit damage here.
I'm really hurt. Hey, we might need it.
Looking like they're setting up underneath. Charger does land onto Coach, followed by some spit. Hunt against M2 by Coach, but Coach does go down anyway from the spit damage, and the spitter and the hunter are still alive.
Come on your feet. Come on, let's go.
Nicely cleared. Coach is able to get up. Coach is now black and white, so they are going to want to protect him to make sure that he doesn't die anytime soon.
Why is everything historic? Always so
Very nicely crowned there from Silto. A jockey does land in the back there onto Coach. And Boomer is able to get 2 of the separated survivors at the back there. So it's a bit split here, but with no infected up, they're able to just push forward. They are able to drop down and avoid a pretty nasty choke point, actually. So they're pushing forward without too much issues at the moment from the infected, but the attack is coming in. Hunt gets M2'd and killed. Spitter does get shut down. Jockey does land onto Rochelle at the back there, but does get cleared from the magnums from 2 of the other survivors. And the survivors are able to push forward and start off this event.
Don't stop in the sewer.
Boomer gets a nice proxy onto 2. You have a Hunter, Spitter, and a Smoker. So get some good separation here. Hunter and Smoker coming in. Hunter gets M2'd and then lands onto the pooled target. Probably not the one that you wanted, but Spit does land as well onto Nick. And that's some decent Spit damage, but quickly cleared there from the survivors, and they're able to get up and proceed to the next area.
Back in the water.
And you're going to now look at the setup for their
Come on.
maybe their final
I
attack
can make it through this shit.
with a Boomer, Jockey, Charger, and a Smoker. We'll see how well they can do with this. Boomer gets nicely M2'd and popped by Kreischer. Smoker gets instantly cleared. Charger just, I believe, just runs into the wall and not quite able to get his charge off. Jockey's pulling all the way at the back there, not really able to get anything. And the Spiders will just push forward and most likely get into the safe room. Jockey has spawned, but just gets shot down by Alice. And yeah,
boy, I got your back.
M2Gods able to make it into the safe room with a 364 bonus. Bringing their total score up to 2003. So M2 able to bring a lead of 700 points. And again, it's still anyone's game to play as we load into the sacrifice. Still have 2 more chapters to play.
I know one thing. I'm grabbing pills.
Hey, we might need these.
We might need these.
I'm grabbing pills.
I'll hold on to these pills.
I'm grabbing pills.
So for this first attack, we do have a Boomer, Charger, Hunter, and a Smoker. So we do have some good damage potential from this attack. And we are live. The first round of the sacrifice.
Reloading.
Virus is pressing forward.
Reloading.
Hunter pre-spawn just to cause a bit of distraction. The attack is coming. Boomer gets a nice boom onto 2 there from the back. Hunter gets nicely skeeted. Ellis does get smoked and then charged, as well as a punch. Fairly decent clears there coming in from the survivors, but good attack coming in from the Brotherhood. Nice Boomer as well over that wall to get onto 2. Player was able to clear pretty efficiently though, as we proceed forward under the bridge. And Tiger is coming in, trying to get shut down immediately. Hunter gets nicely skeeted as well. Spitter not really able to connect, and Boomer just gets popped instantly. Nice attempt, but very nicely shut down there from the survivors. Proceed up towards the tank area. So I still have a very healthy bonus, but the attack is coming in. Charger does get a punch but does miss. Spitter not really able to land on much. Jockey in the back gets M2'd as well with the Smoker pull in, but gets instantly cleared. Nick decided to just jump through the Spit, get through to the tank area as quickly as possible. And we'll see how well both teams can play this tank. And the tank is in the hands of Costello. We do get a proxy boom in the back. Charger just getting, tank getting around to 5,000 health as soon as he steps out. Charger gets instant cleared and Smoker as well. Tank looking to get the car in. Survivors are starting to push forward and open the second door of this trailer. Ooh, nice rock there onto Coach. Not really paying attention. Jockey has spawned, looking to go in. Does land onto Nick, but does get cleared pretty quickly. Boomer is able to land onto 2. Hunter is going to look for a bit of distraction. Tank is looking to commit with the car. There is a lot of horde here. This could be very dangerous. Tank going straight for it. They're just running, but getting blocked by our commons. Does get punched, but gets punched up to the top by the trailer. Tank just taking cover behind the boat. Only at 53% health. Unfortunately with the car, they're just missing Rochelle. Boomer does get a vomit onto Rochelle, who is now getting hoarded. Tank does miss a punch and a second, and they're just getting melee to death by Rochelle, and it's just very nicely done there from Rochelle to shoot those punches and just get so much damage in with those melee attacks. And again, these attacks look deadly, but the survivor is able to deal with it and just take minimal damage. And a nice crown there coming in from Coach. A good return damage in the back there from the Charger and spitter onto Rochelle there. Survivor still going strong. As we approach the end of this map. Boomer just gets popped immediately. Hunter gets some nice wall pounce onto Coach in the back, followed by some spit. Smoker just a little bit too close and gets M2'd immediately. And that attack gets shut down with ease. Cyrus pushing forward pretty quickly. And past this irritating choke.
Reloading.
And just setting up camp here for the next attack.
Reloading.
Boomer landed onto 1 there from the roof.
Not shoot each other.
Jockey and Hunter just causing some distraction.
Jockey.
And the attack is coming in. Charger landed onto Ellis. Does get a pound. Hunter in the back with on Rochelle as well. This is good damage onto Rochelle. Rochelle was all alone. Bringing her down to only temporary health. A good attack there coming in from the infected. Just withering down on their health bonus. See if the survivors can make it in before they get their last attack. Smoker goes in, just gets instantly shut down. Jockey and Charger and Spitter are remaining. Jockey coming in now. Just gets shut down. Charger as well. His attacks for 1 by 1, but the Charger does manage to land and in-cap Rochelle. Followed by the spit damage, which will delay the pickup. But there should be an easy walk-in now for the survivors.
Come on, y'all, get inside!
Boomer does land onto 1, but nothing comes of it, and the M2Gods are walking in with a 388 bonus. Let's see how well the Brotherhood can survive this. If it wasn't for the crashes in their previous tank, then maybe they could have been a bit more closer
I got
with the
these
scores at the
pills.
moment. This is their time to really show that they can compete with these teams.
Reload.
Reloading.
Yeah, just waiting for the last few ready ups.
I'm just taking pills.
And we are going live. So again, Charger, Smoker, Boomer, and a Hunter.
Reloading.
See what sort of damage M2Gods can make with this. Similar sort of setup.
Punk ass hunter around.
Yeah.
Nice pop onto the Boomer there. Smoker in the back there. Charger just getting shut down immediately. No one's getting the Smoker though. Smoker's getting a huge some damage, and the Hunter getting a nice little delay there onto Nick. But the Smoker's doing work onto Ellis there. Getting a nice amount of damage. But again, very nice pop onto that Boomer earlier. Boomer does land onto 2. Survivors push under this bridge, deciding to take camp. Smoker from behind, Charger coming in. Unfortunately, just missing onto Nick there, but does get a couple of punches onto Coach. Spit just wide. Although that could have been some serious damage onto Coach as well. But good attacks already, bringing Coach down to just under half HP. And actually forced him to take his pills already. Ooh. Boomer coming in getting M2'd, but does get the proxy onto 2. Bit of miscommunication there. Rochelle popping him in the face of her teammates. Charge land on the head of Alice, just not able to land it unfortunately. Hunter does get skeeted. And Spitter does get shut down. Survivors will take this forward to the tank area. Smoker just, I guess, sacrificing.
Reloading.
And the tank has spawned. In the hands of Innuendo. Boomer gets a nice boom behind onto 1. Tank is able to get onto the roof, taking very minimal damage there.
Reloading here.
Compared to the last round tank, who had already got about 200 HP chip.
Shoot it.
Shoot the shit out of that thing.
Kill it, man. Kill it.
Shoot it. Shoot it.
Tank deciding to play a rock tank from here.
Don't stop shooting.
While the remaining commons are still just harassing.
Like that mother.
Spirals are going to take camp to the right. Tank is coming in. Charger does land, but Boomer does get popped, and Swimmer gets insta-cleared. Going to re-pull onto Ellis before getting shut down relatively quickly. Rock just missing onto the survivors there, but good damage nonetheless. Tank now coming in to bring the car. That's in a very nice position, forcing the survivors to go all the way around to the left.
Reloading. Charger.
Another attack is coming in. Charger going for a long charge. Hunter does get skeeted. Jockey not really committing to anything. Survivors are going to just open up the trailer.
I'm a reload.
Now trying to chip this tank as much as possible.
Reloading.
Oh, Carter, Boomer unfortunately just missing onto Ellis. But the break punch does get a stumble onto Ellis, and the proxy beam onto Ellis as well with in-cap. Tank gonna play with the car, may even try to kill him. Smoker pull onto Nick in the back. Tank does get a punch onto Rishan, a jockey as well onto Coach. This could be a wipe. Car onto Coach there to in-cap him instantly. Very nice rock throw from Innuendo there to get the in-cap onto Rochelle. Tank needs to play this fairly slow. Charger from behind, and that is it. That is another wipe coming in for the M2Gods. Very nice tank there. Very nice infected support. Brotherhood's bringing their score to only 1,658. Very nicely done there from the M2Gods. Very nice tank play from Innuendo there, and very good support as well from his team.
I'll hold on to these pills.
I got these pills.
Grab 'em, pills.
As we move into the final match, the final map, M2Gods have almost double the points of the Brotherhood. So, it's going to be a big uphill battle for the Brotherhood if they want to get back into this. If they want a chance of bringing this back. We do have a 40% tank, so relatively early, which is something that the Brotherhood could use to get a good wipe and potentially claw the deficit back in their favor. Let's see how they do. We do have a Boomer, Jockey, a Smoker, and a Charger as a first attack. Boomer does get a proxy onto one. Jockey coming in onto his Charger from behind and just gets shut down instantly. Smoker as well, putting the pull onto a shot. This Jockey still going strong. Does finally get shut down. That's some decent damage down to Edge with that Jockey. Very decent attack, I'd say. The survivors are able to push forward relatively quickly. The open swamp area. Boomer is able just to walk in and get another proxy onto Coach. Charger is point. Does get a nice charge, as well as a Smoker onto Nick there, but does get insta-cleared, and Hunter onto Rochelle. Does get emptied on, gets the second pounce onto Coach. Again, fairly decent damage there, coming in from the infected side. We do have a Witch. The Witch has been triggered by Rochelle. Type coming in, nice crown there from Rochelle, but a Jockey Charger onto Nick there, getting some decent damage, and the Smoker in the back followed by a Boomer. Getting a decent amount of damage. But unfortunately, not quite able to get the in-cap from the Witch there. Very nicely done by Kreitzer again. M2 have got these crowns on point. We do have the tank spawned in the hands of Faye. And we'll see if the survivors decide to do what happened earlier, make this tank go AI. Chargers gets immediately shut down. There is a car coming in though, and it does land onto Coach there. What a car. Very nicely done. Jockey trying to come in, but does get M2'd and shut down pretty quickly. That was a very nice car though coming in from Faye there. The Survivors are gonna go all the way back into the safe room, looking like they are gonna make this tank go AI. In fact, you're trying to get some sort of delay on it, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. 10%. Oh, he is gonna be able to get it without going AI. Tank is just storming in. Hunter just jumping around, does get skeeted. I think it's a bit early though for the Hunter to be going in. Is able to get a corner onto Ellis though. Smoker is able to pour a shot, but nothing really comes of it. Coach in the safe room getting punched by the tank. And the final melee to the back from Rochelle to end it.
Now.
But honestly, that's a very good tank there. Being able to get 2 in
Weapons
caps.
over here.
Especially with that car earlier on. I think considering he had to go straight in with only 10% frustration on the second
Weapons
pass.
over here.
Very good damage. Hopefully they can keep this up with their normal attacks and end it. See if they can end it and get their lead back. Nice pop down to the boomer. Charge just gets railed from these machine guns. And Jockey just retreating for his life.
Reloading!
Spitter trying to make a bit of delay. Rochelle and Coach actually stuck in the spit there. Now taking quite a bit of damage.
Hey, we might need these.
But the spawn time is now a little bit disjointed. Survivors are able to push forward.
Reloading.
Reloading!
We got a smoker.
Smoker put onto Ez, but does get quickly cleared. Faye does get skeeted there. Charge put on the roof, gets a punch up for a shot and a charge, followed by some spit, and does get the in cap. Oh, and the alarm cart is triggered.
Oh shit, this ain't gonna be good.
The Horde is kind of survivors are able to clear the hot commons pretty easily, and they're able to get Rochelle up with no real trouble. Jockey's sworn in the back, but realized he's got no other support, so just gonna run away.
Coach.
Oh, man.
Kinda does land onto Rochelle, does get cleared. Boomer coming in as well. Gets a tri-boom. Jockey is right in the back, but does get cleared pretty quickly. Is still allowed. Does finally get killed. Fairly decent attack. They're coming in again from the Brotherhood.
I'm down.
And Rochelle is actually getting in-capped from these commons. Is just rushing forward. So I was not really able to clear her from the Horde there.
Gotta keep up.
Smoker trying to spawn from behind, not able to land, does get shut down. The Boomer does get popped, Thunder gets M2'd, and Spitter just gets insta-cleared. Nice shutdown there from the M2Gods. Living up to their names with the amount of M2s I've seen on these Hunters, but...
Y'all, I'm hurt.
Boomer does get M2'd and then popped. Hunter does land for a brief, but does get cleared pretty quickly. Trying to go for some sort of damage, but just gets leveled. So that will push forward onto the event here. Now deciding to just push forward and not take out the event or an attack.
Reloading.
Reloading!
Reloading.
Oh, hell no.
Grab the sword.
We do have a Smoker, Spitter, Jockey, and a Hunter. Nice skeet there. So we're gonna get insta-cleared. Spitter not really able to connect. Jockey does get a scratch and then just commits suicide into the ocean. is able to get Coach down. I believe now that's 2 black and white. Yeah, Kreitzer and Silto are both black and white. We'll see if the infected are able to
Reloading here.
take advantage of that and maybe get some
Reloading.
deaths on the board.
Hey, look out.
Boomer does get a proxy onto 1.
Reloading.
We do have a Spitter Charger and a Smoker up. We'll see if they decide to go with this
Reload.
or wait it out.
Reloading. Smoker. No, no, no.
And so he's coming on to Nick. Charger's going in for some punches and a final charge and then some spit. And that is going to be an in-cap onto Nick as well. And that's probably the majority of their health bonus. That was the majority. That was their health bonus. Actually, all gone. Hunter does able to get switch. Had a nice wall pounce onto Coach there.
Reloading.
Very clean Hunter there. Spurger just trying to cause some distraction. Does actually get a bit of a delay on the pickup onto Nick.
Much obliged.
Boomer does get onto 1. Finally does get shut down. We do have a Charger and a Spitter up. Accompanied with a Smoker. And Coach just gets 1 punch in the face and dies. Charger trying to get something, gets instantly leveled. Smoker, Spitter in the back onto Alice as well. That's another death. Nick does get in-capped. And Rashad just got to run for her life. See if she can make it into the safe room. Jockey gets M2'd and Malid in the face. Oh, and just at the end, does get smoked and dies. And with that, M2Gods bringing their final score up to 3,727.
Grabbing pills.
I'm grabbing pills. I can always use these.
So to move into the final round of this match. We do have an over 2,000 point lead for the M2Gods. I mean, this is pretty near impossible. Unfortunately for the Brotherhood, they have put up a good fight. Unfortunately, M2Gods have just been that more coordinated with their infected attack. I think that's what it just comes down to with their tank players. Have just been exceptional. So let's see how they can round this out. Boomer does manage to land onto 1 Jockey as well, followed by a Charger as onto the same target, and finally a Smoke Ball. Boomer does get a proxy onto 2 though. And Coach is thrown into the corner to try and deal with the horde coming in.
I'm a reload.
Fair amount of damage coming in onto Coach there.
I'm reloading.
Appears to be the aim of the game. Just group up onto 1 survivor
Reloading.
and get them down. So we have a Hunter, Jockey, Boomer and a Charger for this open area. Boomer does get popped. Hunter just pouncing around.
Reload.
But nothing really coming from the infected. Looks like they want to set up for this witch. We'll see how well the survivors can play this. And Alice has actually triggered the wish. I believe they have no shotguns either. Ellis does get in-capped. The jockey in the back, they're really causing an issue. And, okay, he just dies. The witch actually just kills him. Very nicely done there from the infected to cause so much distraction to be able to get the kill onto Ellis. I think that's twice though now that the survivors have gone to a witch without a shotgun. I'm not sure if that's either that they just don't feel confident or feels like the survivors are just looking to press forward and just rail this tiny nice car there onto Nick there. Pounce onto Rashad and the car does get onto Coach, and that is going to be the game. And that is the why Brotherhood finally rounding their score out 1,908. Thank you all for joining, guys. I hope you enjoyed that game, and I hope to see you all next week for the finals and the semi-finals of the loser bracket.